up, Sunlife Cycle PH, we have with us the one and only Miss Princess Galuna from our partner, Sunrise Events Incorporated, to tell us more about it.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations, Sunlife, on your 10th year. Sabay pala tayo, kasi 10 years rin kami this year. So, si Sunlife, medyo matagal na namin siyang kasama. We've been working together with Sunlife for about 5 years. It all started with the Ironman 70.3 in Cebu, and I'm very happy and to tell you that I think Mr. Piolo Pascual is the only one of 10 people who probably did all Ironman since we started in 2009. So i-clap nyo naman siya because he's been doing this for the last 10 years. So I'm gonna talk to you about Sunlife Cycle. Ayaw niya mag-work. Sandali lang. Okay, so this is basically the 6th year we're doing this event. The title of the event is Sunlife Cycle Philippines at BGC, and it will be on November 16 and 17. This ride is not a race, so there will be no winners. Everybody who will be at the starting line will be considered winners just for being at the event. So we will have the venues at Seda Hotel to claim your kits, and we will have the start and finish line on November 17 at the 30th Street of BGC. I'm also very happy to tell you that I think only Sunrise is able to close the roads on a Saturday in Makati City and in BGC. There's nobody else who can do that, only for Mr. Piolo Pascual. That talaga, promise. Hindi namin ma-close yung road, so we were able to do that on a Saturday, on a high traffic day. Other details, we have a kids ride, we have a short ride which is 20K, and a long ride at 40K. Any kind of bike may be used except the tri-bike. So it can be a 500 bike, 1,500 bike, 30,000 bike, or even 800,000 bikes. The ride will be on closed roads once a year. The thing with cycling kasi, people cannot really ride on the streets because number one, it's very congested. Second, it's very polluted. Third, you have to ride with a group because if you ride by yourself, it's very, very dangerous because some motorists really do not respect the riders. So once a year, we're closing the roads for them. We will be riding 1,200 of us in one go, so tayo ang bida for that day. So all skill levels are welcome, from beginner to expert. Our youngest rider is about 2 years old on training wheels. And then, ang pinakamatanda natin, mga 80 years old, doing 40K. And it's actually very good for the entire family because the dads can do the 40K, the sons can do the 20K, and the young kids can do the 500-meter loop. So just to show you the video from last year,
part of the event na maraming tao, na tapos yung mga audience, yung mga spectators yung gilid na masaya, nag-cheer sila. So, it's good to be part of something with positive energy. Nakakatuwa dahil ang daming mga bisikleta, ang daming tao. Kailangan mo lang isang simpleng bike lang, tapos pwede na kayo sumali. Kumbaga, we have positive energy dito. Yun ang gusto natin i-inspire sa mga tao to stay fit and healthy. rows in the front. That was my favorite part. I thought I was going to have a fun, easy ride, but I stuck with the pros in the front. And it was a good time. It was a nice exercise in the morning. Cycling talaga, it's a therapy for me. The scenery, being out there, experiencing the road on your bike, it's just, it's living life. So thank you, Sunlife, for, giving this experience, this year with our bikes, iba naman, hindi naman run. And I'll see you guys again next year.
Yan, nakita nyo kung gaano kadaming tao. And I'm also very happy to say that si Kisses had fans waiting for her as early as 3 a.m. So we had so much difficulty saying wala pa po siya kasi po it's still 3 a.m. Sorry. Tapos nakita nyo nandun si Gretchen ho, Robbie. Nandun siya rin. Ang dami rin niyang fans. So anyway, our registration opened last August 2 during the Ironman weekend. Okay ka lang dyan?
They're friends.
At kayo?
Sorry.
Personalan na pala to eh. Akala ko presko to eh.
Sorry. Nakita ko kasi siya, ang galing din niya eh.
Sobra. Sige po, back to you, ma'am.
Anyway, open pa ang registration natin. And for every long ride na sasali, you will be given a jersey just like that. So the Sunlife jersey is made by F2P. It's made by one of the biggest and pinaka-respected jersey maker in the world. Even if you wash that like 100 times, it will still look that way. So the retail value of that is $50. So as I said, the event is open to kids 2 years old and above. We have about 600 people registered now, and we think we can reach 1,200 or even more this year because even the entire City Hall of Makati would like to join us. In fact, the PNP, the Philippine National Police, is sending 80 riders on the event. So we will be fully protected that day. Yon. So aside from the jersey, we'll also be given a bike bottle by Sunlife and a towel. Plus, on ride day, we will give out one Trek bike, which is right over there. The value is about, I think, about $800 if you buy it. And lastly, itong aming VIP. He is a 3-time sprinter category Tour de France champion. His name is Robbie McEwen. He has been our VIP for the last 6 years. Why? Because he really gives good tips. He really treats the kids, the adults, whoever, at different skill level like VIP. So he will give you tips, he will encourage you, ganyan. And he is basically rode, I think, pinakamabilis 80 kilometers per hour or something, or 100, some really fast speed during his time. So yan ang sinasabi niya. Looking at them, at times riding along at 40 kilometers an hour, they look completely comfortable. Ito yung sinasabi niya sa mga Filipinos. It's obvious to me that the level of Filipino riders over the last 4 years has really improved. I can see them more at ease with the bike and riding faster, looking stronger. So there will be a pack with Piolo and Robbie McEwen who will be leading the entire 1,200 riders on November 17. Tapos na pala yung presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much, Miss Princess.
Miss
It's
Princess.
such a... nakakapanibago na makita si Miss Princess wearing a dress in red flats kasi I always see her during Ironman. Always in her sporty get. Kaya medyo nagulat ako eh. And I believe we have a special message from Mr. Robbie McEwen for our Filipino riders this year. Can we play that video message, please?
For those who don't know, he was here last year to participate during the Sunlife Cycle PH.
And this year, he will be supporting us once again.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good
let's
news.
watch this.
Hi, all my friends in the Philippines. I'm Robbie McEwen.
As the three-time winner of the Tour de France green jersey, I always loved racing. But even now, I'm retired from racing, I still love riding my bike. I like getting out, sometimes riding on my own, but I really like getting out and riding in a big group with lots of people who love riding. Last year, I had such a fantastic time at the Sunlife Financial Cycle Philippines in Manila. I'm coming back again, and I'd love you to come and join me on the ride. It doesn't matter if you're a gung-ho rider, a weekend racer, someone who likes to go for the occasional cruise, or an absolute beginner, or even the little kids. There's something for everybody over the weekend at Cycle Philippines. So make sure you register, come and join us for the ride, and ride your way towards a healthier lifestyle. Hope to see you there.
All right, Mr. Robbie McEwen, ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen.
Parang live patch, no?
Oo, ayan na. Siya na mismo nag-invite sa inyo. Robbie, are you joining us this year? Matapos mo kaming Indianin in the Cycle PH
Last year, I was supposed to go.
You were-
Magbibid pa nga dapat ako eh.
Hindi ka lang yata nanalo sa bidding eh, kaya...
Grabe naman.
For everyone's information, last year kasi we had this special feature of Cycle PH wherein our riders were allowed to bid on celebrities, including Gretchen Ho. And
Ang dami-dami ng binibid. Ba't yung pangalan
yun
pala?
lang yung nag-stand out sa isip ko.
May Gerald Anderson, saka may Jake Wayne ka rin
Oo
po.
nga pala.
Yun naman tong SunPiology na to.
So yun, and Gretchen was actually there to ride with her brother, but Robbie was not.
Because I was out of the country doing something else. Lakwatsero. This year, let's see.
Ayaw pa rin mag-commit.
Titignan ko muna natin.
But we hope to have you with us on Cycle.
I love to bike. I always bike going to the gym.
Oh.
So this one will be perfect for me. Now from biking, let's head on to running. The fun and excitement continue with our resolution run, which will be held early next year. And to tell us more about that one is the queen of running. We got our friend from Metro Ad Sports. Please all rise and kneel before Miss Cathy Sarmiento.
Hello! Grabe naman Queen of Running. Parang ngayon lang nila ako nakilala. Hi, good evening everybody. So I'm Cathy Sarmiento from Metro Ad Sports. I will be sharing with you the details of our SunPiology Resolution Run for 2019. So, next please. Okay, so our event date is on January 26. It's still a Saturday, and we're still having it at Camp Aguinaldo. The time is from 3 p.m. onwards, and our event organizer is Metro Ad Sports. Our target for the year is still 3,000 plus runners. So this year, we were actually able to hit our runners 3,100 plus. Hopefully, by 2019, madagdagan natin yung runners natin. Now, the distances will be 500-meter dash for kids, and then there's the 500-meter walk for adults or senior citizens, and then there's still the 3K, the 5K, and the 10-kilometer categories. Next, please. Okay, so this is our venue, Camp Aguinaldo. Next. Okay, so we are starting actually our online registration. So today, so as of 4 p.m. kanina, live na po yung ating link. So all you have to do is log on to www.sunpiology.com, click the register button for the SunPiology Resolution Run. So our online registration will be until January 13, 2019. So automatically, if you register online, your race kits will be delivered. And there is a service fee of 50 pesos, and then a delivery fee of 100 pesos if within Metro Manila, or 170 pesos if outside Metro Manila. Now, for those who wanted to register naman in-store or on-site, this will be available by November 15, 2018 at selected Toby's stores. So listed here are Toby's SM Aura, Toby's Mall of Asia, and then Toby's SM North, The Block, and Toby's Glorieta 2. So, if you register on-site, of course, automatically you will be able to receive your race kits, but the sizes are subject availability. And then there are no additional charges for that. Now, for our race category, so as mentioned earlier, we have the 500-meter kids and seniors. So we have the regular fee of 350. Then for the 3K, it's 700 pesos. For 5K, it's 800 pesos. And then for 10 kilometer, it's 900 pesos. But we are giving a discount of 50 pesos for those who will register early. That's from today until October 7 only, so we are giving 2 weeks. May discount silang 50 pesos if you register earlier. Now, for the race kit, back lang po yan. So for the race kit inclusions, back please. There. So they will get the singlet, this one. Of course, the race bib with timing chip. And then, we still have our Sunlife insurance card. And lastly, the Sunlife sports bottle. Now, as part of this year's advocacy, we want to have a trash-free venue, a route and race. Gusto natin mas malinis yung route natin. So, Sunlife is giving away the Sunlife sports bottle to encourage runners to bring it on race day. Para naman, wala tayong masyadong trash or cups na gamitin on race day. So, along the route and at the finish line, we will have hydration or water refilling stations for everyone. Next, please. So again, this is the look of our singlet. Next. Okay. Now for the gun start. It's actually the same as last year. For 500-meter kids and seniors, they will be the first to start at 4 p.m. Then followed by the 10K at 5 p.m. The 5 kilometer at 5:10, and then 3 kilometer at 5:20. Of course, we advise our runners to come earlier para naman hindi sila mahirapan to go to the area para makahanap pa sila ng parking and everything. Next, please. Okay. Also, to celebrate the 10th year of SunPiology, we are giving another meaning to the word trio through the run's advocacy in fighting diabetes. So, itong 4 letters na to will represent the route elements that is, first, next please, next slide, to go well, that's T. There's the to go well tower, next please. And then reduce sugar arc, next. The increase green and leafy intake maize. And lastly, the overcome sedentary lifestyle obstacles. So yung 4 elements na yun, they will be going through those along the route natin on race day in Camp Aguinaldo. And then next, so for the finishers kit, so yung runners natin will be able to receive the following. Of course, everyone, once again, will receive a finisher's medal. So from 500-meter dash yan, 10K, 5K, 3K, lahat makaka-receive ng finisher's medal. A Sunlife drawstring bag, with sponsors, freebies, and of course the Sunlife pedometer and the Sunlife visor. So lastly, of course, our beneficiaries will still be ISDFI, the Institute for Studies on Diabetes, and then Star Magic Scholars, Hebreo Foundation, and Nordoff Craniofacial Foundation of the Philippines. So that's it, and we hope to see you next year. Thank you!
We will see you this year, next year. Thank you, Miss Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy Sarmiento of Metro Ad Sports, taking the lead in our SunPiology Resolution Run.
You get to run, you get to go and have fun with obstacles, enjoy some music, and be in the company of the brightest stars of Star Magic. San ka pa, diba? That will be a great way to spend the day.
Actually, we're very thankful at Sunlife that we have the support of Star Magic in all these events. So maraming salamat Star Magic. Talagang very dedicated rin sila doon sa mga advocacies that we promote in these events. And about all that, and we actually get to make a difference too. After all, SunPiology has rooted in charity. But 10 years ago, Sunlife and Piolo Pascual teamed up in an effort to make lives brighter.
Now speaking of whom, I believe it's time for us to hear from the main man himself behind SunPiology. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years with Sunlife, 52 years with ABS-CBN. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Piolo Pascual.
Wala akong right.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Pasensya na kayo, may disclaimer na ako, jet lag ako. Well, I was away for some time, and it's really nice to come back to an event such as this. And I usually don't read, from my cue card. I'm just really overwhelmed because it's been 10 years, and this is another milestone for me, not just for me, but for our foundation, my family, who's been behind the foundation, with the trust of of course, giving good education, giving a lot of children the chance to have a better life, a brighter life through education. So I was tasked to talk about the history of SunPiology. Well, I'm so full. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to start, how to just expound on certain things. But it's been one hell of a ride from the time that we started. Siguro from 10 years ago when they approached me as a donor, they wanted to donate sa Hebreo Foundation. Mr. Don Pehi here approached my mom. It was my mom or my sister, my mom, no? Because he wanted to give money from Sunlife to the foundation for the kids' scholarship. And since then, parang these guys don't run out of brilliant ideas. So I'm just really in awe, of the things that they've been doing through the years. So because of their brilliance, with their creative minds, we came up with this, SunPiology, starting off with an exhibit. So since I'm from the arts, and they saw my inclination towards photography, we decided to partner up for an exhibit. It was of course for a cause. I had a photography exhibit and we auctioned off 12 of my, was it 12? 12 months, 12 photos, and it was a success. So that was the first year, and of course the proceeds went to the foundation. In turn, went to the scholarship of the kids. Because of that, nagkaroon ng, we were able to acquire more students. I started with my high school. This is a brief background of my foundation. I was asked by my school, my high school, if I could sponsor some kids who couldn't afford to go to school. So, and they got wind of it, and because of the first event, the SunPiology art exhibit, photography exhibit, we were able to send more kids to school, obviously because of their help and support. So that was the first year. And now, it's saan ako susunod doon? Fast forward. Nandito na fast forward 10 years after. 10 years, it gave birth to a partnership with Star Magic. The Star Magic Gives Back concert. Since like what I've said, they are so creative. So since Star Magic needed a sponsor to do the event for our sports program, Sunlife took over. And with that, I think that was about 3 to 5 years that Sunlife partnered up with Star Magic for not just the run, but the Star Magic Gives Back concert. Ito yung pinapresent namin every year after the run. May performance, of course, from the artists as well. Aside from all the winners, aside from all the raffle prizes, we were able to also give an entertainment after the race. And it ran for a couple of years. And not just that, I did another exhibit with them, another photography exhibit that coincided again with another run. They gave birth to SunPiology Run. SunPiology Run, I don't know, ilang years na yung run natin? 8 years? No, just the run. 8 years. And then we did another, what do you call this? The planner. We came up with a planner. And of course, all the proceeds went to the foundation as well. With the Star Magic Gives Back concert, we were able to raise more funds. Ergo, we were able to help other groups, such as the Diabetes Institution for Diabetes and the Nordhoff Facial Foundation, and the Star Magic Scholars as well. So with the help of our Star Magic talents, our friends from Star Magic, until now, like last year, when we kicked off with 2 events, not just the run, but the bike course. We were joined by other fellow Star Magic artists. This is Jay, Gerald, and of course with another fellow ambassador, Mateo. So it's become more like not just a sporting event, but the family event. So the community has been growing steadily, and now that we are pushing for our 10th year, we have, of course, another name for this event, which we call SunPiology Trio. Nakita naman natin yan. Meron pang it stands for something else. But so we're gonna kick it off with the Sunlife Cycle PH, as we mentioned before, November 17. And then the run, which will happen on January 26, Sunlife Resolution Run. And also on January 26, this time around, it's not just badminton. There will be a volleyball event, and then the basketball as well. again to be joined by our fellow Star Magic artists as well. And it's going to be streamed live over the social media pages of Sunlife. All right, just like what I said, but you know, SunPiology is more than an exhibit or a sporting event. It's turned out into a tradition of giving back. Since we all started 10 years ago, you know, having the idea of giving back to the community, paying it forward. Now we're pushing for 10 years, and yet we're still growing as a community. We've become a wellness brand. We have Enchong Lee as another ambassador, and our presence is really felt at the Ironman in Cebu. Thanks, Miss Princess, for that. And you know, now we have another flagship event which will happen in April for the 5150 happening in Cebu. And yes, as well, I'd like to make a special mention, since the run has really grown through the years, we've also grown regional. So Sunlife in other countries has copied us. So 5 countries copied us for the resolution run. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to attend one race which will happen in Jakarta, Indonesia in January, right? Okay, so alright, so hirap magbasa ng cue card. Now, so from education, as I've said, we are supporting health and wellness, or go the raising of diabetes awareness, and yes. So, no, I think our 10th year is a perfect time to reflect on how we have helped our kids. And since, you know, it's been 10 years, so you can just imagine we have kids that have graduated already, all the way from grade school to college, and they're now working. So every year during the resolution run, they come to support the event, and they go home really happy. We take them, you know, by a bus because they live in an indigent community. So we bring them over just to celebrate them and make them feel that they're really important. And of course, to be able to be given that chance and that limelight, you know, it gives them the boost, and you know, to encourage them to just really not give up on studies. All right, so what else? Through your help, of course, I hope we'll be able to send more kids to school through the awareness of diabetes. And yeah, so, you know, wow, this time around, I guess I will have to ask everyone to please stand as we toast to 10 years of success with Sunlife and SunPiology. Okay? All right. Dito kayo sa kanya kaya. Miss Maylene, you want to join me on stage, please? All right, wow, okay. Guys, raise your glasses. May we bike, run, play together to help more Filipinos go to school and live healthier, brighter lives. Cheers.
Putting us together for SunPiology and Mr. Piolo Pascual.
May we invite Miss Princess Galura and Miss Cathy Sarmiento as well to join us for a quick photo. Ayan, Miss Princess and Cathy, please join us. Dito po kayo, Miss Princess. Ayan.
Bike, run, play, celebrating 10 years of SunPiology.
Alright, cheers everyone, and congratulations once again, 10 years of SunPiology. Sarap?
Sarap, no? And now, let's talk about that spectacular surprise that he mentioned earlier. The resolution challenge for our partners in the media. But thank you again to our bosses and Mr. Piolo Pascual for that amazing speech.
Let us take this time now to watch a very special video wherein you will get to find out more about the resolution run that is happening all over Asia. Please watch this. Run happening in 5 cities all over Asia.
Going global.
Diba?
Galing ah.
This is the next commitment to really raising awareness towards diabetes. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the big surprise. We are taking 3 friends from the media to go with us in 3 of the cities wherein the resolution run is happening. So, that's specifically Malaysia, Indonesia, and Hong Kong.
How can you be part of that one, Miss Lynn?
How can you be a part of it, ladies and gentlemen? If you're interested to join habang busy sila,
Oo.
makakarating din sa kanila ito maya-maya. Okay, first up, who can join? Who can help us promote our advocacy? We have traditional and print media journalists, digital journalists or bloggers based in the Philippines, and must have a valid passport and is available to travel on the following dates and countries. January 12 to Malaysia, January 20 to Indonesia, and January 27 to Hong Kong.
Gusto kong tanongin si Piolo Pascual, are you interested to join this one, Piolo?
Obviously, you were not listening when I was talking because I said I'm gonna join one event which is happening in Indonesia on
Hindi,
January 20.
lahat kasi sa Malaysia and Hong Kong, all the events.
That's right. When I was in Cebu, I was telling Sir Don nga if I could join all the regional events. But January 12 is my birthday. So I'll be in Maldives. Maldives?
Grabe, yung sinabi mo na.
Joke lang.
So, alam niyo na, Sunlife, kapapunta kayo sa Maldives.
Malaysia, Maldives. No, but I was given permission to do the Indonesia run.
Oh, so whoever among our media friends will be able to join the Indonesia run, possibly si Piolo po ang kasama ninyo. Hindi namin na mapapromise na roommate, pero definitely kasama
Nandun
sa
siya.
run.
But also Indonesia, that's a go.
Yeah, okay, confirm that.
Yes.
Nakikinig eh, no?
And to qualify, you must have written an article that complies with the following objectives. Ito, it promotes health and wellness. It educates readers on Sunlife's advocacy on helping Filipinos live healthier lives. It shares stories that readers may draw inspiration from their own wellness journey.
Criteria for judging, simple lang, relevance to the theme of health and wellness, 50%, overall impact, that's accurate, informative, and inspiring, 50%. The article should be original, bylined, and published between January 1, 2018 and December 1, 2018. So, kahit yung mga earlier articles ninyo, pwede ninyong isubmit, that's automatically an entry.
So,
Alright?
ayan, Sunlife will be picking 3 winners who will be chosen to run in each of the 3 countries, and prize inclusions, airfare, accommodation, and registration will be provided. Prize is non-transferable and non-convertible to cash.
So,
Sorry,
sa madaling
Piolo.
sabi, sagot namin lahat, ililipad namin kayo doon, you get to join the run, and you get to feel the amazing energy that the resolution run has in all these different cities where we hold it.
That's true. Si Leo bukas, ready na tumakbo para sa resolution run, no? I love you, Sir
Ang
Leo.
love natin si Leo. We look forward, of course, to receiving your entries and having you with us in the resolution run. Hindi lang yung dito sa Manila ha, but also in Malaysia, Indonesia, or Hong Kong.
Ayos. And with that one, ito na yung favorite part ng ating press. We open the floor for the questions. We got Mr. Piolo Pascual right here. Yes.
And of course, we will be inviting as well our Chief Marketing Officer at Sunlife, Ms. Maylene Lopa, Metro Ad Sports, Kathy Sarmiento, and of course, Ms. Princess Galuda of Sunrise Events Inc. to please come up the stage as we open the floor for questions. Okay? Medyo kaway na lang po kayo, and then we will be happy to come over and hand you the microphone so that you can ask questions.
Taas
Do
na
you
po
have
ng kamay.
questions?
Okay, we got...
Ayan, antayin muna natin makarating ang ating mga panelists for the Q&A up the stage. Alright? A lot of exciting events happening. Okay.
Bike, run, and play.
Okay, questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Mars has a question.
Salamat, Robbie. Miss Mars po from SunPiology, Happy Camper Online. Congratulations po Sunlife, PH, and SunPiology. My first coverage of your SunPiology was 2012. was 6 years na pala ako. It's also exciting kasi I mentioned in my post earlier that SunPiology has geared up or leveled up, especially for, after 10 years. So, may badminton kasi doon sa poster. And a lot of your followers and fans are also playing it. So, my question is, can you also expound on there's running, biking, and now there's playing. Can you please also expound on the play part? The badminton, basketball?
It's like sun versus stars because not a lot of artists or not a lot of people are into riding or running, so we want to be able to cater to other people who are into other sports. And since this is a basketball playing country, we have that sport, and then we also have volleyball. And badminton being a very competitive sport, which I myself am very fond of playing. So we want to be able to get more people to join us in our events. That's why we put up these 3 events.
May venue na ba tayo for that? Or
Camp Aguinaldo ba? Yeah. And that's gonna coincide with the run. So January 26th, we do the run while the other guys, the others, it's just in the morning. That's in the morning, starting off with basketball, volleyball, and then badminton throughout the whole day. As in the afternoon, we have the run as well.
And then just like, kasi yung gumagawa na yung Nike and Adidas
of course.
running in other cities as well. So, is that also an inspiration from Sunlife to, also go global?
Yes, actually, Philippines was the first country in the Sunlife community that started these runs, the fun runs, no? Tapos na-inspire yung aming ibang Sunlife in other territories, so they started adopting it. So now, for the first time, we're having it in 5 countries. So it really started with SunPiology and now it's run regional already. Because also we've updated our purpose na to include helping people live healthier lives. So it's really more talagang holistic approach na of Sunlife to encourage more people to become more.
Ito, enjoy ka.
Thank you much.
Congratulations. Salamat.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mars.
Thank you so much.
Any more questions?